Houston, we have a problem. Again, why not? This time with this door. So let's see what it does or doesn't do. It's sticking as it's being opened. So it's freely moving. It's ready to move on the bottom, but it's sticking somewhere and it's not moving up top there. It's sticking right here. So let's look at this rectangle, if you like. So we have a nice and even gap here from top to bottom, so that's nice. This side of the rectangle is parallel with this side of the rectangle, where we also have a nice and even gap all the way from top to bottom. So far so good. The two long sides on the rectangle are parallel. The bottom, we have lots of space on the bottom, that doesn't matter too much. And up top here we have a nice and even gap, and it's situation here. So this door has been installed wrong. It's been hitting the frame here by this 1/8 of an inch. There's 2 millimeters here since day one, minute one, second one. This was installed this way. So what do we do with it? Well, we can lower this door, maintaining this nice and even gap in theory. There's a problem with that. On the hinge side, if we cut a new hinge gain in the door here, 2 millimeters, lowering it, the screws are not gonna just move 2 millimeters down into a new hole. They're gonna jump back into the original hole. 2 millimeters is not enough for drilling new holes in the wood. The screws will find it and will jump back in the original one. And no, I'm not drilling new holes in the hinge. So what is doable here? We need a saw cut, maybe in the shop, because I'm not doing a saw cut in an office looking like this. A saw cut that's tapering from about 2/3 of the length of the door and goes from 0 to 2 millimeters off. Either that, either a saw cut, or do something with a block plane, because that doesn't make sawdust. It makes shavings and those are easy to pick up. But this is not solid wood, this is particle board-ish. So I don't know how this is gonna plane. I'll give it 10 seconds of effort to see how it works. Some doors could be fixed by shimming the hinges out, packing it out with, say, the thicknesses of 2 of these up top, 1 in the middle and 0 at the top. That will rotate the rectangle, the door, in the opening, something like this way. 2 shims there, 1 shim there, and 0 down there. So that will make this nice and even gap uneven. It will close the gap up top here, will open the gap down there, and will open up a little bit of a gap up top here, but that also needs space here, which we barely have any. So I'm not even trying to bother with it. Let's get started with block planing. Not that it makes much of a difference, but is the door built wrong, installed wrong, or is the steel frame crooked? Let's have a check with a straight edge. The door seems to be nice and straight, and the steel frame, yeah, and there we have the problem. It's gappy. Yep, there's the problem. It's gappy there. It's, yeah, you can see it. There's light coming through between the edge of the ruler and there, and the steel frame. So, ouch. Well, with the glass in place, I'm not going to unbend the steel frame and straighten it. So I'll work on the doors top and make this one crooked. Now this is not a tutorial on how to use a block plane, but definitely use it with two hands on it, but we'll give it a go. Just for demo here, that the shavings are rather large like so, and mess is contained or is minimal. And this was all done in 10 minutes. And this is how you can set the angle. And once you're done, you can also round off the edges, chamfer off the edges like so, really easily. And here we are. This is done. You can see the length of the planed section. And why I like a handheld plane is two reasons. One of them is you can create a custom angle should the door frame be also angled here, which is not the case. I left it square and it just fits like so, with a nice and even gap along its entire length, and it's obviously not catching anywhere. So hand planing allows this angle here to be customized should the need be. And reason number two is that it generates large shavings instead of fine sawdust particles. The large shavings are super duper easy to vacuum and they just fall down vertically. This is all the mess that was made. None of it spreads 3 feet out or whatever, a meter out. Definitely none will make it to the computer.